Welcome to Between the Pages. I'm your girl Markayla, and tonight we have Authoress Nai. How you doing, Nai?
I'm good. I'm good.
Where you calling? Where you joining us in from?
I'm in New York.
New York. What part?
I'm in upstate New York. I'm originally from Harlem, but I'm in upstate New York in Orange County.
Oh,
That's where we at now.
okay. Now
Yeah.
the books make sense.
Yes. Yes. I
The
don't like to
books,
travel outside my city, child.
the book. You don't.
I don't. It takes too much research. Ain't nobody got time for that. The
I,
book
I,
takes a long enough process.
I know that. I know this. I know that's right. I know
I
that's
think I only
right.
did one book outside. I think I did one book in Atlanta, and that took me. And I didn't have to do much for that, because like just as far as like knowing people from different places. So I'll just use them versus me actually having to go and research.
Right,
I
right.
probably need to start doing that though. It'll probably make for a better story.
Well, I like when different authors like put us right there where you guys are.
Right.
Because I mean, it makes, especially when you do the different slang and everything, it makes us
Hmm.
feel like we right there with you. Because like some people won't even never get to travel there. They gonna only go in the book.
Right.
Only
Yeah,
go in the
for
book.
sure. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So how long have you been writing?
I've been writing since middle school.
Really?
Writing professionally since 2018 when I first got signed to my first company. But I've been writing since middle school initially. I started out writing poetry. Um, won a contest when I was in high school, went to London after I wrote an essay. And it was just, we went from there. Initially, it was poetry to uplift myself because, believe it or not, I didn't like being dark skinned when I was younger. Um, and I grew up in where I was living at the time in middle school, it was in the Bronx, so predominantly Hispanic area. So I wanted to blend in with them. I didn't want to be the dark skinned girl
Right.
that, got into stuff or got teased at, or, teased and everything like that. And then I would go home, complain about it to my family. They would want to fight. I fight. It's just too much.
It
So
got to be too much.
I just happened to use the poetry as a way to uplift myself, and then it just turned into, oh girl, you be doing your thing, and here we are.
That's, I shared before on the show that I started doing poetry. I was like poetry. And then
Mm,
it went from me doing poetry at school to me doing poetry in the newspaper to me
yeah,
doing poetry for funerals.
really,
And then, yeah, so then I started being the person that people would go to come and get a poem.
that's
And
cute
and so, but as you know, with poetry, it takes you out of you have to like really, it gets deep. It
for
gets deep
sure,
in
for
poetry.
sure,
I
definitely,
mean, writing somebody and just going fancy word, of course that's hard, but with poetry, you got to take on them emotions and try to say whatever you was gonna say to that family, try to give it back to them and uplift them
right,
for them to continue to move on. And I used to be in tears
right,
writing
and
my heart
oh
out.
my
Yeah,
goodness,
writing my heart out. So is that what
yeah.
inspired you to start writing, or what inspired you to start writing?
Um, n- Honestly, nothing really inspired me to start writing. Like professionally, you mean?
Yes.
Well, I just happened to just was thinking about some stuff, and I'm like, let me just write this down on paper, and I just started writing. I wrote my first 3-book series that I got signed for while I was working at the cable company.
Mhm.
So I wrote the whole thing at the cable company, and I would just like pass this down, read this, tell me what you think about this,
Right.
and then from there, everybody started reading. It was like, so what you gonna do with this? And I was an avid reader at the time, so always been an avid reader, but at the time it was just like.
Toya, can you take your video off? We're recording. Thank you, babe.
So it just worked out that way, and everybody would read it throughout the company, and they were like, "Oh, this is good. You could do something with this. It's interesting. It's funny. It's real life situations," and we just went from there. It was
Yeah.
really no inspiration. It was just like write something that people would want to read.
So when you first got started, like how long did it take you? I know some people say it took me a year to write my first book. It took me 4 years to write my first book.
It took me 3 months. to write my first
Write your
book.
first book.
Uh-huh.
Amazing.
And I handwrite. So it usually takes me, longer than the average author because I handwrite everything and then I go and I type it up. So I literally wrote that first series on a steno pad.
Uh-huh.
So I transferred it from the steno pad to a spiral notebook, from the spiral notebook to typing it up. And
So
then I
you
just
just do
happen to
extra work
I just do extra work for no reason, but I just feel like my words flow out better when I write it on
when you write.
paper. So, yeah,
Mine's
it's a
used to.
process.
I used to be able to get that notebook. Now I find myself having 100 notebooks,
Yeah.
and I don't know where nothing at.
Well, see, I've made it easier for myself over the last what, like 2, 3 weeks actually. I now use because I have my iPad and I stopped using my iPad for a while. So I was like, let me look. I saw an author had posted on Facebook that she typed, like she writes on her iPad. So I just happen to be looking up stuff like good notes and everything. So now I just use Nebo and I write on there and then I copy paste it into the document. It is still tedious because you still have to fix things, but it's better than me actually having to type it.
Right.
I'm still technically handwriting. It's just in the electronic form.
Okay, okay.
So yeah.
So, who was your biggest inspiration?
Ashley Antoinette, it was my biggest inspiration, still is my biggest inspiration. I think she is amazing. I think that her run is timeless. I think that her books are timeless. Just how she was able to master what she's known for
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
and master it not only by herself but with her husband and still hold her own.
yeah, yeah,
Like she
yeah.
doesn't really need her husband to make a bestseller, but they did what they were supposed to do together
Hmm.
and separate. So
I like that too. I know I came in, and when I started doing Ashlands, I started going through the catalog,
what
because you can't stop. And
you
then
can't
the
go.
fact that she create the world,
Mm-hmm.
it's like, oh man, I gotta go back and see who the bodyguard was,
But I'm
and then
telling
that's
you,
at the
because you have to know who everybody is, because everybody
yeah.
plays a certain kind of part. So yeah. And I haven't even, and it's so crazy because I haven't even dove into Ethic Land. And I'm actually, because I don't have the emotional energy to deal with Ethic Land, butterfly, none of that. I don't have the mental capacity. No,
you
you're not gonna have me
you
stressed out.
missing
I
out.
gotta finish the books that I have. I
Listen,
know if I
like
do that to
that
myself, I'm not
that
gonna get nothing done. I know
I
it. I
feel you.
know it. I know
No, you won't get nothing done.
it.
But ethic, I love it. I love it. But I'm like, she got a big catalog too, and then like she
Hmm.
ain't let go. And so yeah, she is one in the game that keeps going and going and going.
Yeah, for sure.
Speaking of catalogs, how many books do you have in your catalog?
I have 20 plus books
Ooh.
in my catalog. However, I think there's probably like 22 that are up currently and available, but I do
Mhm.
have 20 plus books in my catalog. I have that's including my first series that I put up that's no longer out, but I'm going to be revamping it, put it back out fresh.
Have you seen, well, of course, I know you have, but have you seen your writing evolve from when you first started your first
Absolutely.
series? And
Absolutely. I definitely know it's evolved as far as my wordplay, as far as the cadence in my writing, like my character development.
Mhm,
Um, and initially, when I wrote my first 3 book series, even though I was signed to a known publisher, I
mhm.
wasn't, the hand wasn't on me
Yeah,
like it was as I got, to get into different companies. Because I
right,
would just get something, from
right,
that company, and then whatever happened there that I had to, move on.
right.
So I can definitely see the difference even when I go back, because I have my books. So even when I go back and I read them, like
Mhm.
just recently, I read one of my books, my first self-published book, um, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so good. Like, but I can see the difference with that writing and the writing now as well.
Right, 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 right,
So
right. So when you start coming up with your subjects, are they real? Are they people you know, or just
some To a certain extent, I do know lately, and I've said this in every interview, I do know lately from my For the Love of My Savage book on, any males that I have written that are good males, but they have this kind of swag to them, kind of thug, kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like, even
Yeah,
though most of my males are like that, have been based on my interactions with my guy now.
yeah.
So I write, based on how my relationship is, little things that we, funny things, crazy things, I write to that. So it's been more fun, I would say now,
Hmm.
um, because I actually have someone that I love and enjoy being around, even though
Yeah,
he drives me insane sometimes. I write those kind of parts in the books as well. And some things are like other situations that I've seen,
yeah.
not so much situations that I've been through, which is the reason why it's so relatable. Like, it's not too far fetched. You know how sometimes we get into that urban fiction and it's like, girl, be for real.
Yeah.
So no. So I try not to write things that are too far fetched. Where it's like, I don't even see that even happening. So
Okay. Okay. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
hmm
It's a lot of people, I mean a lot of authors that done came on here and they be like, man, my man has inspired me. My man.
I'm telling you. Oh my gosh, I am that girl. My man. Oh girl. Oh, I love that man so bad. Oh, but he aggravates me
Look, look, I love everything about it. I
I
love
love
it.
it so much. Oh my God, it's such a good thing. And just to be able to, like, I don't have to pull from anywhere else when it comes to whether it's a love scene, whether it's just real life couple spats,
Yeah.
whether just I don't have to pull from anywhere else because it's right here. So
So it probably extremely hard to have to come up in your head and make up like this whole spat, this whole argument, or this whole scene when you're not in that
when I'm not
mind.
in that space.
Yeah,
Right.
when you're not in that space exactly.
Right.
Uh-huh. So I definitely can see that. So what is your favorite genre to write?
My favorite genre to write is definitely urban romance.
Hmm.
I am the hood love dealer, so I love any. It's just the thing with me is I just love, like you said, I love love, but it's something about like hood love and just showing that in its different facets. In because people think just hood love is like can be equate with struggle.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
not all the time. And sometimes that hood struggle love, it's a beautiful thing that comes out of it sometimes as
Yeah.
well. So I love creating thugs that love out loud. I love creating boss women that could go back and forth with you because I tell people all the time I really have a mouthpiece on me. So I really speak jazzy all the time. So any man that I write, any woman that I write in my books that speak fly, the
Mhm.
man speak flyer or vice versa. Ain't gonna be no you talking down to me, I'm talking down to you. It's a you know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
on the same level. So I just love writing hood love. I think it's just so beautiful. And I love black love. Like black love is just
I
amazing.
think
Like it's
that's what you guys should represent always. You know what I
100%.
mean? I mean,
100%.
I'm not the mushy. People say I have to read it because I have to be non-biased, right? Of course.
Mm.
But I'm not the mushy person.
hmm
But at the same time, I'll be like, I mean, yeah, pick me up and do this other stuff, but
Yeah.
like, what? I wanna relate to it too as well. Like,
Yes.
I know we ain't going to no coffee shop. I
Right.
know we ain't about to, even though I
Right.
drink coffee
Right.
now.
Right.
I
Right.
know
Right.
we ain't about to say, I know he ain't about to say, can we get a cup of coffee? You want to go get a cup?
hmm
I know my man ain't about to go ask me, do I want a cup of coffee?
And what's so crazy is when you have things like that, like something that you think like hood love, like a thug wouldn't do. If
Hmm.
I do that kind of scene where we go to a coffee shop, I'm with my thug gonna go in the coffee shop, and the way he gonna order is he gonna order like you know how you go in Starbucks and it's like, can I have a venti such and such? He gonna be like, what the hell is a venti?
Yeah,
Man,
that's
give
my
me the big
husband.
cup.
That's my
Man, give me
husband.
the big cup, man. Like that. Like you know what I'm saying? Like, he's not gonna say, can I get a
Exactly.
venti so? Man, give me the big cup, man, and stop playing with these
Man,
sweet
we
little
go to the
things.
drive-through and he be like, I be like, give me the caramel macchiato. He be like,
Man,
he
give her a
messing.
caramel coffee.
Yeah, he be like,
Or
man,
sit
get
his
her
seat
that
back and be
thing.
like, man, go ahead.
Exactly.
That's the
Exactly.
kind of vibe that I'm on. I want that type
Exactly.
of
He
vibe.
leaned straight
Yeah.
back. And I be wanting him to be that mushy, but I know that would irritate my soul at the same time. So I know I'm wishing for something that I know would irritate my soul. So he be like,
Yes.
that mocha loca soca foca. And
Yeah,
I be
that
like,
thing that you
stop
talking
it.
about, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or
So
get up there and
definitely.
be like, yo, you know the little TikTok drink that they got up there? Yeah, that's what my girl want. Get that.
Yeah. That's my
That's
husband.
the kind of vibe I'm on.
Yeah.
That's the kind
I,
of vibe I'm on for
I'm
sure.
feeling that, but he ain't going in there. He ain't going in there to sit down with me.
No,
He ain't going in there to, no, we ain't about
no,
to read no book, no, none of that.
mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm.
No. So like
Pick up and go.
yeah. And then when we read those mushy stories and stuff, I'm like, see, they did this right here and there. And he'd be like, man, you better stay out them books.
And that's them, and this is us, and we
Yeah,
is
you
we,
better
and that's
stay out
it
them books.
for
So,
sure.
what genre have you written in? Well, haven't written in, but would like
Mm-hmm.
to write in, but maybe like something hinder you. Maybe it might not be your area. You might be nervous about it.
Um, Not even that I'm so much nerd, but contemporary romance. The thing with contemporary romance is that I know I have a book in me, but contemporary romance to me is like, okay, you have your thug, but he's not in the streets and he don't do as much as when it comes to like urban romance.
Right,
So I can't I don't know. I feel like it teeters on a certain kind of like the certain kind of way that you write.
right,
Contemporary romance kind of it doesn't scare me. I know I have it in me, but I feel like I can't do nothing without a shoot 'em up bang bang. I can,
right.
but it's just like I'll be wanting my man
Somewhere
to
he
like
gonna pick up something. He
and
gonna do
pistol whip
something.
somebody. It just that just might happen.
Yeah, he
What do
gonna do.
you want me to
He
do?
gonna
And
do
so it's like I
something.
know it's gonna take a lot of work, but I know I I honestly feel that the work that's gonna put me where I need to be, and I already have a cover and a title for this book,
Mhm.
is gonna be a contemporary romance book. And I've tell everybody all the time, like I wanted to have you like sobbing. Like you ever seen them girls on TikTok that just be up in arms?
Yeah.
That's the kind of thing that that's the kind of reaction that I'm looking for. And I have that book. I have that book like literally in my head. I know what I want to do with it. And I feel like I feel like that's gonna be the one.
Do you have an author that writes contemporary romance that you like? Dang, she be killing it.
You know what's so crazy? I have two, and I haven't even read that. Well, I think I've read a book from her before, one book, but not anything recently. Like
Mhm,
Brienne Dene,
mhm,
killing contemporary
mhm,
romance, and Cami,
mhm.
killing contemporary romance. And I
Yeah.
could tell just by the title,
Uh-huh.
like the title. And sometimes I go and I read because I don't know if like for me I'm not as much as an avid reader as I used to be. But when I see things like on Instagram or TikTok or whatever, and I see people keep talking about this, it makes I have these books like downloaded in my library to read them at some point because I know I just want to see what is making people gravitate to it, and they just like that Brandon. They keep you to myself.
Yeah.
It must be something within them pages. It got to be. It got to be. It has to be. So I have that in my library, and I have some books from Kimmy in my library as well. So just that kind of reaction and that what they pull from the reader, I
Mhm.
love that. And I know I have a contemporary romance in me that can give that kind of reaction.
I get it. I get it. I truly, truly get it. I guess for me, um, I have to listen to it on Audible or something. Like
Mm,
it's not to the point where I haven't gotten to the point. Now,
mm.
granted, I have to read it, right?
Right, 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 right,
I
right,
have
right,
to
right.
read it,
Right,
but
for sure.
I haven't gotten to the point where I can just like connect with the story so much unless it's like Western Siobhan telling it to me, Winston
Mm.
telling it to me,
You need
like
some kind of
somebody
action. You
from
need some kind of
Audible. Yeah, to kind of bring that
got it.
out and make me feel
I get that.
that way. But at the same time, I'm kicking the covers because I'm
Right.
like, this is not it. This is not real. You know, I'm kicking the covers because I know, and they get me all the time in the book club because they be like, Markayla, you such the toxic one. You such the thuggy.
Oh yes.
You
Oh
such,
yes.
yeah, they like, you are not, and they be on there like, oh God, did you see such and such? And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh,
And
they
I
see,
can't believe that people like readers are into toxicity like that.
yes.
Like heavily. And it just be like, well, all right.
I mean, I
If that's
want
what
the
you do, let's
love.
do it. Uh-huh.
I want the love, but like, kidnap me, put a bag over my head, potato stack over my head, have me kicking and screaming. You know what I mean? Like maybe throw me in the trunk. You know what I mean? And then like fly me to Italy, and then
Mm-hmm.
let's have dinner.
Mm-hmm. Or how about the I love you? And then the response is you don't have no choice. I love you too.
You know, I
Oh,
just,
when my man does that, oh girl. Oh girl, when he
yes.
does that, I be like this.
Oh yes, yes. Just like maybe I want to leave you, but then you go out there and shoot out all my tires. So then I can't go nowhere. And then it's like, oh, you so love me so much. I mean, I get it. I get the mushy part. That's just I can't relate to it. But I have to read it.
Oh my god.
Yes. But I mean, okay, I'm gonna be real. I understand other authors is like don't want to get boxed in. They want to
Mm-hmm.
make sure they're not getting boxed in. They want to like reach the readers, but like
Mm-hmm.
please do not forget about us toxic people.
No, no, I wouldn't.
Do not forget
I
about us.
love that because that's the kind of love I'm with that. Like I'm with the level of toxicity, like to where we get into it, we hang up, you hang up on me, I call you 52 times.
Yeah, like yeah, yeah, and then maybe you just sitting in the driveway and just looking at me blow your phone. So yes, I am for it all.
Okay. Okay.
But you know, I mean,
I'll
that's
never leave
what
you.
I can relate to. I know
Oh
as
my
well
God,
that
that's
he's not coming in on
hilarious.
a white horse. So yeah, I get it.
I love that.
Are you when you read, what
Mhm.
do you read?
I read the same genre that I write in.
You read,
Urban
okay,
fiction.
so
But
yeah.
I don't really get to read like that. And when I do, like say for example, if I get writer's block, when I get writer's block, I usually start on another story. But if
Uh-huh.
it's bad to the point where I just need to read something, I'll just go back and read one of my old books.
Yeah, yeah. So what is
Yeah.
your favorite book in your catalog?
My favorite book in my catalog would have to be A Piece of a Hustler's Heart. That's
Why?
a series. A Piece of a Hustler's Heart is just such it's just such a beautiful story. It's basically about a woman. She gets married to this guy after her man at the time gets locked up, but like she gets married to this starts dating this person a little bit after he gets locked up. She doesn't really want to get married because she know her heart belongs to this man. This man is actually the her ex-boyfriend's plug, but she
Oh,
don't know.
oh, okay.
And the man that she marries is the one that actually got her ex-boyfriend locked up.
Mhm.
So it's just like, and it's so crazy because and the ex-boyfriend is her best friend's brother. So everything is so intertwined, and it's just it's just a really really cute story. Like how everything comes apart, how everything comes together, how they I love the way I have my characters talk. I
Yeah,
love the way my characters talk. In every book that I've ever written, my characters really be talking that fly like they
yeah.
talk so
They
heavy,
slick
and that's
mouth.
a thing for me. That is a thing for
Mhm.
me, and I feel like that is my lane. Like that in comedy, when it comes to the characters, that's my thing.
I
So I'm
love
big
that.
on that.
I love that because I have my comedy is different from any my sense of humor is different. So they
Mm-hmm.
be like, Markayla, he just kidnapped her. Markayla, like, no, he put in the trunk, and I be like laughing my tail off. And I mean, I'm just saying, I know he's not gonna hurt her. You know,
Right,
I know he loves her. I mean, he
right.
may be mean to everybody else, but when it comes to
Mm-hmm.
her, he's sweet as
Oh, that's
pie. So
that.
like I'm like, I know he's not gonna do anything. I just know he's tripping off of her. And I
Right,
love that. I mean,
that's
not to the
love.
point, yeah, not to the point where like he just stalking her,
Right.
and she's scared, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because she's talking junk. She's like this stupid, you know what I mean? She's just
Mm-hmm.
talking junk, like,
Right.
but at the same time, they're like, Markella, really? And I'm like, yes,
Really?
really,
Yeah, I
really,
enjoy
I
it
need
immensely.
that.
For sure.
So when you coming up with your subjects and stuff like that, like are you watching TV in your head? Are they just constantly talking?
They
What's
just constantly talk. I'll just come like I always have a storyline in my head.
going
And the bad thing for me is I always have a storyline in my head because I'll start it. I'll start it and I'll get to like 5K and I'll be like, all right, now I'm stuck.
right?
I know where I want to go, but I don't know where I want to go. So I'm stuck.
You knew how
Now
I was
move
gonna
on to the
come
next
in,
storyline.
but like,
So then I move on to the next storyline, and I'll come back to this in maybe 2 weeks or so. But I always have a story. I always have a storyline, and I always have a title. Oh,
that's all right. So would you say on your laptop or on your how many stories you think you got on there right now?
I have
That you
three
just
stories on
start
here right
and
now.
ain't stop, ain't finished.
3 stories.
Okay. Okay.
Snatched by Hitta wasn't even supposed to be here.
Not
The new
bad.
book that I just came out with wasn't even supposed to be here. I just
Yes.
thought of a scene.
We getting ready to dive all into
I just thought of a scene, and then
and
here we are.
voila. Voila. Well, we at the time, my favorite time of the interview, and that is game time. Are you ready, Author Nai? All right,
I'm ready.
Author Nai. Are you ready? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. The
I'm ready.
name of the game is called This or That. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm gonna name a few things and you tell me this or that. So if
Okay.
I, for instance, we're gonna start off this or that. I want a plug or I want a hitter. Which one you want? Plug or a hitter?
I want to hit her.
Hitter. Okay. Ooh, okay. Hitter. All right. This or that. Queen pin, or I'd rather be the first lady of the game.
Queen pin.
Queen pin. Okay. This or that. Urban romance or street lit?
Urban romance, definitely.
Oh, romance. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. This or that. I'm a ride with my hitter. First sight of trouble, I'm out.
Baby, I'm riding. What?
I felt that. I
I'm
felt that all up
I'm
in here.
riding.
I
I
felt
ride.
that
You
all
know,
up
and
in
you
here.
wouldn't know why I'm riding because I
Why
know
you riding?
mine ain't gonna let me die. That's why.
Yeah, yeah. Y'all mean right?
That's
Right?
why. You gotta know you gotta know who you riding with.
That's a
That
fact.
be the thing. People just be riding and then don't know where they going, just
Right.
getting in the car. No, mine gonna make sure we listen. You don't need to know the whole plan, but no, I got you. And that's why I need
Yes.
to know when I'm getting in the car.
Yes. And you know what? It's crazy with us women because we don't even know his heart over there beating like this. But we trust him
I
to the
trust you.
we
Cause I
trust him to the
know.
fullest.
I know for sure.
We trust him to the fullest.
I
Like,
know.
nah, he ain't gonna let nothing happen to
And it
me.
ain't because of what you said, it's because of how you move.
Yeah, right. Say that one more time for
That
the
be the
people
thing.
that.
It's not because of what you said, it's because of how you move. You have a track record of moving how you're supposed to move. How could I not get in this car?
Exactly, exactly. Because I know
Where we
you got
going?
exactly.
That's me. Where
We
we
going.
going?
No, that's right. This or that. Now here's the kicker:
Oh gosh.
arranged marriage or one night stand with a baby.
Wait, hold on. Arranged marriage or a
Uh-huh.
one night
Or
stand?
one night stand with a baby.
A one night stand and a baby comes of the one night
Yep.
stand?
Yep. Arranged marriage or one night stand resulting in a baby.
Oh, that's so
I know, I'm petty.
arranged marriage or one night stand with a baby.
Mhm. Either way, you stuck with this dude, so you better figure it out.
Um, I'm gonna go. I need some specifics about this man.
Oh, look, so you like, is he rich or not? Yeah, see what I'm saying?
Like, is
Ah,
he?
no.
What's the? No, okay. Who arranged the marriage? Because then I know what kind of man they picked. Okay. Arranged marriage or one night stand.
This one gets them done.
I'm a. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go arranged marriage.
Okay, you gonna go with one. You don't want to deal with the baby. Okay,
No,
okay, okay.
no.
All
Mm-mm.
right. This is that. Polyamorous baby mama drama.
Polly.
Poly.
Mhm.
Okay. That was quick. I remember something like, listen here. All right. If I could choose an occupation to do for the rest of my life, would I be a writer or a publisher?
I'd be a writer 100 times over.
You'd be a writer.
Baby, I don't want to be in a publisher. I sit directly under, like, I'm my publisher's executive assistant. But I don't want to go
Yes.
through what that man got to go through. No, no, thank
Let's
you.
get into that. So let's talk about the publishing company.
Mm-hmm. Urban Ain't Dead is the publishing company that I'm with, that I write under, and I'm also executive assistant of.
Oh wow.
Um, yeah, Urban Ain't Dead publication is a really, really dope publication company. It's fairly new. Probably like 2 years or so, probably like three. But I just came on board last
Mhm,
year. And it is run by a male, so you know that you don't see that a lot.
mhm.
Uh, because
Yeah.
we don't give the males a lot in this industry like it used to be.
And you know why, girlfriend? But yeah, I feel you. But yeah, all right, yeah,
So my publisher is really, really amazing.
that's
I
good.
love his ideology. I love how he runs his company. Um, I love that he knows what he wants, and he's very he's not, I wouldn't say headstrong, but he knows where his company is going. So he
Right,
speaks like we're already there, which I
right.
can appreciate. And even as a fairly new company, he's not afraid to one take risks. He's not afraid. He listens. He's a new publisher. So
Mm-hmm,
not just a new publishing company, he writes as well, but
mm-hmm.
he's a new publisher. So just getting the game from, the other people that he may know,
Right.
um, he's open to listen. And that's
That's
the most
important.
important. That for me, communication is everything.
That's
So if I
important.
feel like you can't hear me, I can't work under those kinds of conditions.
Right. Yeah.
So he listens, he takes advice, he gives great advice. This man, like, if he sees an opportunity, he'll be like, "Hey, Nay, get on that. Like, reach out to these people and get on that for myself," because he
Right.
knows, you know what I'm saying. He knows what I'm trying to do. We had a discuss when I came on board, because again, it's a fairly new company. I came from a known company
Yeah.
with 19 books already under my belt when I got to him.
Right.
So he knew that, okay, this is, I have other authors, but this is the first author that I have that has books.
Mm-hmm.
However, I have books but no brand
Mm-hmm. Right.
other than what I told myself. So
Right.
I didn't know about the whole Bookstagram thing. He put me onto that, and just like, Nay, you have all of these books. When I found out about you, I didn't even know you had an author page on Instagram. So he was like, you didn't really have no content on that. You go on that page right now, it's content all up and down that page,
Right.
because it was just like cultivating who you are, as Nay, the hood love
The
dealer.
the brand. The brand.
Yes.
Yes.
So
You have to believe in the
um
brand. Mm-hmm.
but it's a really dope publishing company, like, where you can come and you can grow. It's not just about monetary gain. We're all about, like, cultivating the authors if you're new, and just bringing other opportunity, and
Right.
just showing, like, urban ain't dead.
Right.
So
I
yeah.
I think that, I mean, in my opinion,
Hmm.
and I've spoken with several different authors, but in my
Hmm.
opinion, it's time for new people to come
For
out. It's
sure.
time for it to be rebranded. It's
For
time for
sure.
a fresh start with new. I mean, it really is.
Hmm.
Because I mean, just as well as like out here in the world, I mean, generation, like my kids, I was raised, my kids raised differently, even though
Right.
same
Right.
house, you know what I mean?
Right. For
You
sure.
know, and it's time for it's time to take it up a notch and do more
Hmm.
things, and because the world is evolving, the world is changing, and
Yes.
so we need to get with it.
Hmm. For
And
sure.
so the fact that it speaks volume for you to be like, yeah, I was with a known publisher.
Hmm.
And I am with the fairly new. company, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? And I am not only with the company, but I have a position in the company
Right.
as a CEO. And with that being said, you know what I mean? I have control of what I'm doing for me.
Right.
I have
Right.
control of what Nay is doing.
Right.
And I think that is very, very important.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Because I mean, we already know how numbers can be different, right?
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Uh-huh.
When I know, like, when I knew that when I made the conscious and sound decision to leave the company that I was with to go with this company, that it was going to be like I was a fairly new author.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I have readers, when you go to a different company, you amass the readers from that company or
Right,
from whoever that publisher is.
right,
And my publisher was a great publisher that I had previously.
right,
And when I left the company, it was no bad blood. It was no, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was no,
right,
she gave me her blessing. It was just it was what I needed to do there. I did.
right,
And now I must move on, and the baton must go to another, you know what I'm saying? So it can get me
right.
to where else
Respectfully.
where I'm trying to
Yeah,
go. So I would never downplay that, but it's just the conversation. And like I said, with the whole branding thing and everything like that, I was like, okay, so this is the change that I had to make. And it would have been silly of me to think that, oh, you're gonna come over here and you still gonna be seeing the type of you know what I'm saying?
right,
But I'm getting to that point. We're doing it together with this fairly new company and myself. We're doing it together. So we're seeing the numbers and we're seeing the changes together. So it's
right.
good. I enjoy it. I love being a part of the company. I love being the executive assistant, so I can see things on the business side of it outside of being an author as well.
And I like that
Oh, you're breaking up.
you're taking that leap. How about now?
You're good.
Okay,
Still, you. Oh, started breaking up again.
okay, yeah. It speaks volume. We had a bad storm yesterday, and then all things went crazy.
Oh,
How about now?
you're good.
Okay,
Perfect. Perfect. Perfect.
okay, good. Lord Jesus. Okay, okay. Well, why you think good girls like bad boys?
Uh, I can speak. Uh, I This is my first real bad boy, honestly, that I'm with. I can say I've been with.
Oh,
It's a difference between is
really?
somebody that's bad but do stupid stuff, and somebody that's bad and they really about that. You know what I'm saying? There's a difference. So, oh, you cut out.
Right.
So there's a
What is
difference.
the deal? Everybody, I'm cutting up bad. Okay. Yeah,
You're
it
back.
is.
It's a difference. So, uh, I mean, it's just like like you look at him, you be like, oh, I'm not gonna play with him because he's not friendly. It's nothing friendly about this man. He's very mine. Like, you mine.
Say mine.
You
Say mine.
mine.
Please come on in. Say
Like,
mine.
you mine. And I love that. And I think it's just the security. That's what it is.
It is
It's the
definitely
security.
insecurity.
And it's not even about like bad boy. It's just the security in that's the swag in the security. That's what it is.
Yeah,
Like,
and just don't.
that somebody, it's one thing for somebody not to play about you, but when this man don't play about me. And I love that.
Yeah,
I love the
yeah,
security in the knowing that really, if I really call, it's gonna be a problem. So please don't let it even get to that. Like, don't let the
yeah.
necessary occur. Okay? Just keep it cute.
I like it.
Everybody,
I like it.
and it just is. It's really the security of that, and not only just that. A lot of people get this thing with the whole bad boy stigma. They really just be going through life, like things just be happening, and they just happen to be this bad boy, but they smart, very driven, things like that. So, and I feel like that's how my guy is, and that's what attracted me to him. Like his whole business mind and his whole like his love and but I know it's saved for me. Like out there, it's like
Right.
I don't want to play, I don't want to laugh, I don't want to joke. But
Right.
home, you be like, who is this man?
Right.
This
When
cannot
I
be this
when
man.
I be reading the guys in the books, and I be like, oh man, I like this. I like when you do like this. But then at home, I be like, oh, why you talking to me like that?
Yeah,
And I
yeah,
be like, it's the same in the book.
yeah, for sure.
But
And I like that I can't.
I won't find it.
And I like that he and it's so crazy because my he's an alpha male, so he don't let me
Mm-hmm.
talk to him crazy. It's no talking to him crazy. It's
Yeah.
no. It's like, hey, what we doing here?
Yeah.
And you be like this.
Yeah.
Well, I was
Yeah.
just trying to
Facts.
say that,
Yeah.
trying to express myself, and it's having it's having to calm that way. Like you, and I'm so used to
I
Marquez.
feel
I'm
that.
so used to being big dog. So now I could be in my little soft girl era. Like, okay, I don't, you
I
know,
know that.
when you so
Like
used to being
take
big dog for so
charge.
long, now
Take
it's like,
charge.
okay, okay, you big dog. Let me chill. I could chill now. So it's the security for me.
And it feels good. It feels
It
good.
does.
Yeah.
It does.
It
I don't want to
definitely
think
is.
all the time, Markayla.
Facts. Facts. I
Sometimes I
know
want to
my
just go on
mom, she used
vacation
to
in my
say
head.
all the time, she used to be like, yeah, facts. She said a woman will choose security every time.
What?
She said whether that be monetary, whether that be safety, whether that be protection, wherever a woman will choose security every time.
I'm
Every
telling
time.
you.
So
I can see
yep, I
you're
agree.
frozen on your end. I can hear you, but you're frozen. Okay, now you're moving again. It's the signal.
Again,
Mm-hmm.
it must be the signal.
But I can hear you fine.
It's say I'm frozen still.
Nope, you're moving now. But hey, you
Hope it
go
don't
out
come
in
out.
and
I
out.
hope it don't
But I
come
can
out in
hear
the
you.
video like this. Hope,
I
hope it don't come
know, but
out
I
in
can
the
hear you
interview.
fine.
And I'm still frozen.
Now you're not.
Okay. Hopefully. Well, this is the good part. Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
snatched up by Hitta.
Yeah. Yeah.
Snatched up by Hitta low. Okay. So listen, you guys, snatched up came out this month.
Mm-hmm.
And it is available on Amazon
It is
right
available on
now.
Amazon. Yes.
How did Snatched Up come about?
Uh, a, Snatched Up by Hitta came up from a scene. I had that first scene in the beginning where Tay and his sister is on where they're in the 7-Eleven and they're basically, getting the stuff out of the 7-Eleven, and then it just went from there. And I was like, mm, let's see how this kidnapping thing will work. Let's see
Yeah.
how this soft kidnap is gonna work.
Yeah.
And then it was like I was asking around, like, how do you think people are gonna perceive this?
It happens all the time, and crazy. Oddly enough, we love it. We
I
love it.
was like, how are people gonna perceive this? She's getting kidnapped, like, but it was a soft kidnapping, and it was just
That's
his
so
swag. It
cute
was his
that.
swag. It was the
Ah,
soft kidnap. It was the he literally was like, get in my car,
it
like,
was. It was.
get you. I'm gonna be downstairs. You can stay here. And it was him fake giving her the choice. That's what killed
Yeah.
me. It's
Yeah.
like you could stay here and let your brother go in the system, or you could come downstairs.
Yeah.
I'll be in the car.
Yeah.
AKA, girl, get the hell downstairs and get
Facts.
his car.
I love the name Eastland. I love the name
Oh,
Eastland.
ask me where I got it from.
Oh,
Don't
your
know.
man, my man.
Don't know.
Oh,
I
you don't know.
I just thought of I like the name East. And then what I do is sometimes most of my names are from people that I know. So
Mhm.
Katori is a close friend of mine that is a beta reader for me.
Mm-hmm.
So that's her name. Like that character is her. Like we discussed the character down to the dreads and everything. That's
Let
her.
me tell you about Katorio. Katori. Katori in that mouthpiece.
Yeah, for sure. That's her. Uh-huh.
I was like,
That's her.
Katori.
That's her.
But you picked the right man
Man,
to tame that
exactly.
right there.
Exactly. That man that wasn't afraid to call her mean. You mean.
No.
How you show up is mean. And she could not take him like, boy, can
So
you
is the
ever say
real
everything that you say
Katori
to
like
mom?
that?
Yes.
The real Katori. So
Yes.
the real Katori is just
Yes.
yeah,
The real Katori is a Spitfire. Yes, for sure.
she okay.
For
Okay,
sure.
okay. And tell me about Tay.
Tay, I like doing books that have family members in it. So one big thing for me is like when I do like the mother son relationships or the father daughter relationships. Those are big for me. For this, I just wanted her to have Tay was actually supposed to be a lot younger. But then I was like, Tay gotta have something going on that'll distract him from, what they're doing initially in the beginning of the story, hence the whole thing with his girlfriend and that situation. Um, but that just it literally wasn't derived from anywhere. It was just like, oh, this sounds good. Let's
And
keep
I
doing
loved
this.
how you made I mean, because the sacrifice, right? It's a
Mm-hmm,
sacrifice with
mm-hmm,
Katori and Tay.
mm-hmm.
So I don't want to give a lot away, but I do want to give enough to let you know, like, read the book. It's good.
Right. Yes,
It's
it's
really,
good.
really
It's
good.
a really good one.
So it's the sacrifice that Katori has to make, right?
Mm-hmm.
In
Mm-hmm.
order for Tay to be out there with her.
Yeah.
And then not only because but here's the thing for me too that I saw while reading the story. It's not only that she had to make the sacrifice to take him, but she had to make the sacrifice to deal with somebody she really wasn't feeling no more. Like
Yeah.
women make that sacrifice all
All the
the
time.
time.
All
Yes,
the time. In the
yes,
name of just survival. In
right.
the name of just survival at this point. Like it's just like I gotta do what I can to survive. And she was just that character, Katori was just basically living off the strength of her brother, just to
Mhm.
make sure he had security.
Right, right.
So yeah.
And y'all, it's some more scenes in between there, but then that will be giving like the whole book away. And can't do that. But it's some more scenes in between there that gives you a plot twist that
Yeah,
you
it
wasn't
does.
even thinking that was gonna be going on. And then like Atoya has to get with it, but she also
That
got
too.
her ride or die.
Oh yeah.
Tell her about her ROD.
Oh, her Fatima. Oh, that's what I have. My best friend. Yeah, her name is not Fatima, but my best friend. Like I'm big. I don't do female friendships
Right.
because it just gets messy. But the
Yeah.
people that I have,
Yeah.
and I'm all about energy. I'm really big on energy.
Yeah.
But my best friend is my ride or die. Like when I say go, what time we need to be there, what we need to wear.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
We don't even on a talk everyday basis. Like that part where I mentioned Fatima reaching out to her friend and knowing that she needed to give her some time. She knew when her friend went into her bouts of depression, so she knew when to back up. That's so important. I try to give like little nuggets in here and there when it
hmm
comes to certain things, and I feel like that's how me and my friend are. Like we know we go through our situations in our lives, so we know if I reach out to you and you don't answer, I know that there's something going on. I need to give you a little time, but we ain't passing 24 hours. Let's not get
right.
crazy.
We do a
So
two, me and my cousin do a two calls. So if she called
yeah,
the first time and I don't pick up, I know for a fact, like, whatever. She
right.
called a second time,
And you don't pick up,
it's like,
so I gotta come to your house.
what's up? Like, what's
Okay.
up? What's
So
up?
you invite me over. That's
Yeah,
what's up.
well,
Okay.
the thing with me, I don't do females either. I don't do females as the F word.
Mm,
I will give you the A word, but the F word, if it's the F word, then I really, really fool with you. You know what I
mm-hmm.
mean? I really, really can depend on you. I can call to you.
Right.
I can vent to you. It's not one way. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's both ways.
I could check you, you could check me, and nobody
Right.
offended. Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
I got this poem. Even when it came to family, it's called "We Can But We Ain't Friends." and and the poem talks all about even with family members, all even though we can, we ain't friends, because
Yeah,
your family has to be in that F zone too
for sure.
before even you either fool with them like
For
that,
sure. For sure.
so
And my
yeah.
cutoff game be so smooth. I don't
Huh?
care. I cut you off.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
care.
I mean,
I'm
to
and I
me,
and I'm a I don't even announce the cutoff. I used to announce the cutoff. I don't announce it no more. Cause
really.
I feel you miss me more when I go silent. When I just get up on out of there. And you be
So you
like,
see, you one of them silent ones be having me calling
mm-hmm,
like, what I do? What's
mm-hmm.
wrong with you?
What I do. Yeah, I want
Yeah,
you to feel
what
that.
I
I
do?
want you
What's
to
wrong
sit in
with
that
you?
moment
Yeah.
of trying to figure it out. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Mm-hmm.
what's up. So each sister goes through a little bit. Don't want to give that. Each
Mm-hmm.
sister goes through a little bit, and then you kind of see that relationship
Yeah.
that he has with his sister, but the close relationship that he has with his mother. I
Right.
love that although this is a hitter out in the world,
Mm-hmm.
everything like that, like he is still Eastland.
Mm-hmm.
He is
Yes.
Eastland to his family.
And his mother knows what he's about.
yeah,
So she has that thing when she said, I know the son I raised.
right.
So yeah, I know the son I raised. They know his sister knows the brother that she grew up with. They know that he gonna say whatever he wanna say out of his mouth. And you can either accept it or you don't have to, but it's gonna be said.
And East have a road dog Trill.
Yeah. Yeah.
Trill side touched my heart.
Mm-hmm.
It touched my heart because I was just like, oh, you know,
Yeah, with that situation.
yeah, with this situation. So yeah, you guys, it's definitely a 5-star book. It's
Those are not
definitely
the
worth the
highlights for me
read.
though, Markayla.
Huh?
You know who our boy is.
Go ahead. Who's that guy?
Fabo.
Fable.
Man, that Fabo. Oh my God.
What have you been hearing?
Oh
Um,
my God.
Fabo is a fool though.
I've been
He's
hearing,
a
who is this
fool.
man? That's who I've been hearing. Who is this man that just crept in at almost to the end of the book? That really took my heart. Like, who is that man? And is he coming back? Like, who is this man? We love Eastland. Eastland cool. Trill, we
Mhm.
ain't get a lot of him. He cool. Who is Fabo? Who is the man that like to quote things from movies? That
Cuts
likes to cut up? That is a shooter for real.
6'5". God is,
Blonde and black
just
dreads. Just
swag surfing, chocolate body,
goes crazy.
go crazy.
Who is this man? And why would you write him in at the tail end of the book and not give us nothing else? What made you think that that was okay? That's what I'm getting.
Somebody else hit me up, right? And they had read the book. And they was like, are we doing the book through the book group and stuff? Because what happens is they do the book lineup like a little calendar thing. And
Okay.
so they put the calendar on there for each book. Like
Okay.
I have like a book bestie girl that do books with. And so she put line up in there. So we'll go through the books together.
Right.
We'll go through each book together. And she was like, man, that dude a fool. Or that, you know what I mean? And it's like they waiting on him and Eastland to ride. They waiting on him and Eastland to ride.
Oh my God. He was just like, just the way he just came in and kicked it off immediately. Like he was
Mhm.
a main character and he wasn't even a main
He
character.
wasn't. He's not. He's
But
not.
like just to have put him in there, I would be remiss not to give that man a book.
I agree. I
I would
agree.
be remiss not to give that man a book just because of I like those characters that come in at some point, but they leave a lasting impression. It's just like,
He was loud. His voice, when I read a book, I'll be looking for whose voice is very loud
mm-hmm,
and whose voice is quiet and who I would want to see again. Crazy thing is, Fable's voice is loud.
loud.
It's loud.
Very.
His
It's
voice is
loud, but it's
loud.
not overpowering. Like in the book, he knew his position, but he played his position very, very well. So it was like, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody had their position. And when he came in, you knew, okay, this Fable. Okay,
Yeah,
this
he's
you saw
cutting
his
her.
personality right there, and he ain't even say that much. But when he did
And
have something to say, it was enough.
the way he broke down the math, listen, when Fable broke down the math, it was just trying to get Eastland to understand why people are missing.
No, that
Y'all,
wasn't the
you
part for
got
me.
to read the book.
The math wasn't the part for me. That's Fable math. That's what we're gonna call that. That's Fable math. You know how they have
Yes.
like girl math, guy math. No, that's Fable math. No, the thing that got me was so Nike called you, right? And he called me, right? So why the hell you think I know what's going on if I just got here?
And then he just like crossed his arms, like if he called you,
right?
right?
Then he called
And then he
me.
called me. What
And
makes
I
you
was
think
like,
I
why
know
makes
what's
you think
there
I
going
know
on?
what's going on? I don't
Yeah.
understand.
And I
Like,
was
tell
just
me.
like, this is a fool.
I gotta tell you the parts with him that just blew my mind. Like that part, the part. No, I gotta tell you this. I'm sorry. Spoiler alert. When he go in this
We
man's
love
house,
spoiler alerts.
when he go in Eastland's mother's house to tell him what happened, what the outcome was, what the situation was, whatever happened, which y'all will read. Go read the book.
Yes.
And Eastland's sister come out, and this man points a gun at Eastland's sister in their mother house.
Yeah.
And
Because he don't
Easton
take
like,
no
man, if you don't put that gun down, he like, man, I don't know her. Her pretty ass just came out of anywhere, out of nowhere. He like, you don't think that I know who's in my mother's house?
Yes.
Oh
Fable is
my god, no.
Fable. Please, please, please bring Fable back.
I
Please
got
bring
to
Fable back.
because that is a
That was
character.
my next question. Who you think out of the crew, would you be first of all, the reviews is like, where's number two? Where are you coming?
And
And
I'm
so
like, where in it did I think like it's the problem is the way I've been leaving these books off lately have been giving number two vibes. That's
uh-huh.
the problem. That's my
Okay.
problem. Because the
Okay.
way I've been giving it, I've been doing that to myself. It's like how you gonna expect them. Look at the words that you say at the end of the book. Like, how could you not expect somebody to want a part two? So that's my
Yeah.
fault. I could definitely see, and I'm glad that I write the way I write too, because I feel like I write to where I can always see a spinoff.
Yeah.
If it's not with the main characters, it's
Yeah.
with the sub characters.
Right.
So I could see, and I'm not saying it's happening. It's could. I could see a story with Fable. I could see Fable with a character in the book.
Okay.
I could definitely see Eastland and Katori like going on about their lives. You know what I
Yes.
mean? Because there
That,
were some things that were left open, but
yeah.
it was just like kind of not left open, but open enough to where if I needed to go
If you
back in
want
and
it.
do something with it, I
Mhm.
could.
Yeah.
So I could see that. I could see Fatima in someone potentially. I could see it. It's
Yeah.
just a matter of getting it on paper.
That's the hard part. That's the hard part.
That'd be the hard part.
That
It,
is
that's
the
just
hard part.
that's it.
And the way, yeah, to be able to, yeah, but definitely, I definitely would love to hear from them again.
Yeah, because you got. I feel like when as an author, we get so caught up sometimes, and I'm not even gonna speak for everybody else. For me, I get so caught up in what the readers want. So if you be like, okay, I need to spin, I'll go and start the spinoff, but I'll get stuck. I want to make sure I do the characters justice. I don't want to just do a spinoff just because it sounds good and it's something that I feel like a story could be told. I want to make sure that it's a full, thought out story. So
And
that's very important.
that's what people do sometimes. Some authors, they get they be like, oh, the person went and quote unquote the person wouldn't shut up, but
Mm-hmm.
it's like it'd be a safety place for them as well.
Right.
And then
Right.
like the readers are saying one thing, but then you got to count the numbers of readers who are saying
Correct.
what. You know what I
Right.
mean? Because sometimes
Right.
they be like, the readers are bugging me, and I'm like, how many
Uh,
though?
come on, because if it's only three readers asking for it, then they're not. It's not.
Yeah,
That's not.
like that be my next question. I'd be like, do not let
It's
them
follow up.
bug you about something that you know you're gonna have to force out. So yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Um, we're gonna go into so Author Nai, who are you outside of being an author?
I am a mom. I'm not gonna say super mom. I'm a great mom, but I think that people be throwing that super mom thing around. Because one thing about me, baby, if I'm tired, I'm tired.
Right.
Okay. Super moms work through the time. No, me, I'm going to sleep. Every man for
Yeah.
himself up in this piece.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. Yeah.
uh, I work full time on top of being, an author. Um, I'm executive assistant.
Yeah.
Um, I am a sister.
No.
I'm a confidant. You know, I'm a therapist who needs therapy.
I know that's right.
um, I'm a creative, I would say. Like it's always something going on with me. I'm always thinking of something else that I could do. And I would say when I say that, I mean in my author career to take me to the next level.
Right. Right.
So I'm 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 a dope person. I ain't gonna lie. I'm a really cool person.
That's
I'm
what's
re- I'm
up.
really I'm really great. I have great energy. You know,
Yes, she does. She
I
has
have
a great energy.
I have
She has
great
great
energy.
energy.
I'm very um
Bubbly.
very bubbly. Very
Yeah.
bubbly. I'm hilarious. Oh
Yeah.
my god, I'm hilarious. I'm funny.
Yeah, very bubbly.
Um
What is something people don't know about you though?
People don't know that I am a foodie.
Mm.
I am a foodie. I love food and like I really like really like if I wasn't an author and I didn't have children, I would travel and eat.
Yeah, and be a critic.
I
Food
want
critic.
to be as a
Uh-huh.
food critic and a food blogger. Yep.
Yeah.
Cause I like the whole like the diners, driving and dives. You ever seen that on
Uh-huh.
Food Network?
Uh-huh.
That's what I saw myself doing.
Yeah. Okay. That, that is like way over there
I love food.
from
I
where,
love food.
where you are. That's,
Mm-hmm. For sure.
that's way over there. Yeah,
For sure.
yeah, but that's something. That's
Mm-hmm.
different. That's different. That's
Yeah.
different. When you go into writing and you
Mm-hmm.
go and look at the charts and everything like that, and you see the reviews, what do you say to readers that leave reviews? I mean, let's first talk about just leaving a review.
The importance of it. Oh my God, it's so important.
Yeah.
It's so important. I'm a review girl down. Like I want to know what you think.
Mhm.
Like the rating is cool, but I want to know what you think because I take those reviews and I'm big constructive criticism though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
get to coming over here and coming out the side of your face because then
Yeah. Yeah.
things go
Go.
left real fast.
Yeah. Yeah. And people do that. They just say
People do that. They just say
whatever.
whatever. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, perfect.
Only thing
Only
is
thing
going
is
on,
going
I'm
on, I'm
talking
talking
back to
back to
myself
myself
now.
now. Okay. Oh, hold on. Wait. Let me put this in. But yeah, I'm big on reviews. I love reviews. Um, oh wait,
No,
hold on.
but I do hear
You
you
can hear me?
now.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm big
Okay.
on reviews. I read them. I take them to heart sometime. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie, because I feel like it's gotten to a point where it's like sometimes people are uh trolling. Sometimes I feel like,
Yeah, they troll a lot now.
and it's just like if you like say for example, if I give somebody a 2 star, it's gonna be a reason behind it. But I'm not gonna go on there and just say some foolishness. Like I'm not.
Hmm.
It's I would just rather leave the
Like
rating and go about my
I
business.
just I didn't like Eastland. Like I didn't like Eastland, so 2 star. You know what I mean? Like, huh?
Okay.
That was a character in my head
Yeah.
that I put on paper. And so I mean that's not a constructive, that's not constructive at all.
It's like give me something to
And
work
so
with
yeah.
because give me something to
Hmm.
work with because at the end of the day, I like I said, I take how the readers feel, what they say into consideration. So my goal, I write for monetary, but I write for people to read. Like
Right.
I'm not just doing this for my health. Do you know what it goes into being an author? It is not easy. It's not easy. Or then when you have readers that get into the comments and they're like, or say for example, if I'm putting out a book and it's like, I'm not reading this until it's completed. That is so discouraging.
That is the third author today that has said that to me.
It's so discouraging. It's like, if you think that I'm writing a book with the intentions of not putting out the completed series, just because for my health, just because I'm just like laying around and I'm just like, whatever. No, like you don't understand what goes into putting out a series in general. And like, say for example, I have a book called Charted to the Game, right? That book, the second part came out in like August. And in the meantime, I put out, my 2 books just so I can keep myself up and in the game and give my reader something in the meantime, because I've been so stuck on that book. And with that book being a finale, you got to give it your all if you're going to close it. You can't just come out with some nonsense.
Right.
So when you're in there and you're like, I'm just not, when the part 1 come out, it's like, oh, is this a series or a standalone? Oh my God. Like, please understand and give
I'm gonna tell you
grace.
why. So many has just left readers hanging.
I get that.
So many, like, I
I
mean,
get
to
that.
the point where, or what happens is they go through some issues behind the scene, maybe with their publisher, whatever. Like, I mean, I've gotten inboxes where it was like, I have last minute help someone, like,
Right.
hurry up and figure out a way to self-publish the last book because
Right.
her and her publisher want to fall out the day it's supposed to release. Like, those type of things, it's like it can destroy you as a brand.
Let me tell you what happened to me real quick. I'm just gonna be real quick. So I'm in a readers group. One of the Facebook groups. I'm in a bunch of Facebook groups. Well, one of the Facebook groups I'm in. This group, the readers in there are so like, say whatever we want to say, and this is just gonna be what it is. I know it's not conducive to me, so I'm not active in the group, right? So there was one thing where it was like, I'm sick of these authors putting out series and not completing them. So I'm going down the comments and I'm seeing, because again, feedback, I need to know. Girl, why? One of the readers said, and this is why I refuse to read anything else from Authoress Nai. She has a series that's out, 1 book, and then just disappeared, and I refuse to read anything else from her. Girl, I wrote anything I said. What are you talking about? Because I literally commented. I said, hey, I just want to make sure what name you talking about, because I want to make sure it's not me. What's the name of the book? Girl, she told me one of my books. I went to go look. She said I even messaged her and everything about it. And sure enough, she sent me a message in Messenger like a year ago about the book. And I did not, and I responded. It was supposed to come out at some point, but I had an issue, so it didn't come out. But by the time I saw that, this completed series was already out. But she didn't know because it came out under, I had to republish it under a different name.
Got it. Yeah.
Girl, I wrote her in the DM so fast because you're wrong. You can't be wrong and strong. I'm not about to sit here and argue you down and be like, well, you don't know what happened to me behind the scenes.
Right.
A reader don't care and they don't have to.
Yeah, right.
It's nice to be empathetic, but they don't have to. I literally wrote her in a DM and I told her the situation. She literally said, thank you for reaching out. And I said, and I'm going to gift you both books. It's been a while, so I'm going to gift you both books so you can read the completed series together. And she said, I really appreciated you reaching out. And I wrote her all these comments and everything. And people were writing back like, that was so dope for you to do that, because I don't do good with being wrong and strong. I like being right, but I'm not about to try to be, no.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, like, this really just happened to me. So I didn't think of how many other people that may have felt like that.
Yeah.
You know, about something. And that's why when it comes to these republished works, or works that you putting out again, but you putting under a different title and a different, you know what I'm saying? Let people know, especially if they were from a company that's known, so people know the book and they just know you disappeared. it's important to be transparent when it comes to that. But yeah, girl, that took me out of
You
there.
can say that again. It's
I
important to
said,
be
girl,
very
what?
transparent because you are the brand. And so
Girl,
it's a lot of books that goes like that. Yeah,
I said,
yeah.
what name? I said, who?
Say not
said,
me, not me, sis, not
you.
me, sis. Oh, Nay, what is your ritual when you start to get your books together? Like you listen to music, you reason what you do? How you start getting
Music.
your mind in the headspace?
I listen to music. I'm a big music fan. I love music. Um, and sometimes I just start writing from there. Like I really don't have
Mm,
like a real ritual, but when I'm writing, sometimes I do listening to music. Sometimes I write like if you read my catalog has music in it, and I may
okay.
have been listening to that song at the time when I wrote the scene. So I have one author, Alicia Dawn, that I was with the company that she's with now, and she was like, "Girl, I couldn't even get into the book because I'm so busy listening to this song over and over
Mm,
and over that you introduced in this book." So I'm big on that, and that's really it. It's not really much to it other than just getting down there and doing your
getting
thing.
in your own zone. You got to cut
Yeah.
off everything. Now I didn't know how much the fireplace helps me, but it's the light flickering and everything that I just
Mm,
absolutely love. So
mm.
now I'm like, for years I went all around my house like where I can go. But now as soon as that fireplace come on and everybody be like, it's 80 degrees in here. I I need the fireplace on. Yes,
Get
that's
in your
good.
zone.
That's good. Where you see yourself in 5 years? Where you see yourself going? What you plan? What's your plan?
In 5 years, next year, I want to be doing this full time. I don't want to work for nobody. I just want to do this. I'm so passionate about the writing. So passionate enough that when I see a certain time lapse go by, not because of how everybody else is producing, but for myself, I'm like, no, you got to stay in the game. Even when you get
Right,
that writer's block, when you get that, you got to fight through it. You got to figure out something because this is your passion. Like, and not
right,
only your passion, it's one thing to be passionate about something and then be passionate and good at it.
right, right.
So within 5 years, I just see myself with these books, touring with these books, like going into different bookstores, being in, major bookstores, just moving around and just sitting in my space as an author. Like my name is known. People know,
Yeah.
oh, that's the Hood Love Dealer. Oh, this is the Hood Lover Society. Like this is a real thing.
So we hood love dealer.
You hear me?
So hood love dealer and it's
I love dealer.
contemporary. When you come out with that contemporary book, I'm gonna be hitting hood love dealer up.
I'm
Hood
it,
love dealer.
that's gonna have you. I'm telling you, I'm talking about a book
You
that's
gotta
gonna have
deal
you
me
in
something.
shambles. It's gonna have you
Mm,
in shambles. I told one a bookstagrammer when I did an interview with her, I was like, listen, I want to write a book that's gonna have you like,
yeah, yeah.
I need one of those. I need one of those in my catalog. Frozen.
It's always needed to show the versatility in the writer. So I think probably not
Frozen.
have me crying, but good for the catalog, good for business. Yes, I believe so.
For sure.
Always. I probably froze dinner. Probably did.
But you back.
Well, uh, anyone have any questions? Anyone have any questions? I don't know. I don't even see my chat up. That's another thing that has happened tonight that I don't see my chat up. Anybody have any questions? You can pop in and ask Author Nai, the Hood Love Dealer. Any questions if you need have any? I cannot see the chat. So say something now or forever hold your peace.
Or my
I,
DMs are open.
I know, right? All right. So
I have a
guys,
question.
okay.
Hey.
How you doing?
I'm good.
So yes, I'm gonna read the book because listening sounds funny. But I'm currently in the process of doing the same thing, like writing.
Mhm.
What keeps you motivated? Because Jesus Christ, I'll be having so many scenarios in my head. It's crazy.
What keeps me motivated is knowing that that national bestseller is not too far away, and
Okay,
knowing that. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
another question.
Mhm.
Do you write from things that you experienced or someone else experienced? Because that's like what I'm putting together is from multiple experience from people that I actually know.
I
With a
do.
little fiction.
I do. I do sometimes write from experience, either things that I may have been through or things that I've seen or situations. But also above all, like I'm very uh like I'm a I have a vast imagination. So at one point with my books before the For the Love of My Savage, like that specific book, I was writing to the thugs and the guys that I would want or how I would want to be courted. And then I got my guy, and then it was just like, okay, so now I can write to this person. And it just
Oh,
works out that way, honestly.
thank you,
But
thank
keep
you.
going, keep going. Even with all of those different scenarios and situations that you have, they're gonna come together, and they're gonna come together the way that you least expect it. You're gonna be like, wait, what? Like how I? Because that's not how I initially planned it. Because like I said, I handwrite all of my stories. By the time they get in the computer, it's the same story, but most of the scenarios are different.
Okay, that's what I'm doing right now. I'm here
Mhm.
right now. Thank
I
Yeah,
have a
you.
girl. No problem.
thank you, Toya. I
Hope you went out, Markayla.
have a question with so do you make sure you I'm about to be sick of me right now. I am. I'm about to be sick of this, of me. I cannot take it. Um, do you come up with your characters first, like you name them and stuff? Like, is that a thing that get in your head first, or do you put the scene first, or
The one
because
thing
I
I
know
do
some
for
people like I need to have. I know I have an author that like I need to have my name first. I need to have their names first. I gotta, or I some people like I gotta have the cover first. You know, like it's certain things
mm,
that play out.
well, I always get my covers like the covers that the few covers that I have now, I was just like telling my publisher like, look, no, snatch that one. I need it.
Mm-hmm.
I need you to read. You know what I'm saying? Like that I've seen. However, what I can say that I consistently do every book, I try to outline every book. That don't never work. But what I consistently do every book is write out the character's name, birthday, characteristics, what the situation is with their family, who their family members are, like those character traits and stuff like that, that I write down. I don't necessarily
Yeah.
have to have the character's name because literally I always pull a character's name. Every name that's been in my books when it comes to has been someone like a name that I know of, like a friend, associate, family member. It's been like I already started thinking of something. What's your name, Markayla? Because from conversations that we have, I just can't help it. You just go. It's hard to find names, so I just use the people that I know.
Look. Woo.
Ooh, see, you'll be featured. Everybody be
I'm
featured.
telling you, ain't nothing wrong with that. Honey, I got a listen. When it came to naming my kids, I was just like, they was like, Mom, I hate my name. Now that they get older, they hate their name. And I'm like, do you not know I came up with that? Yeah.